I just made a multi-tool inside of Fusion 360 and Claude AI. So I tied the two together and I just gave it kind of this very high level prompt of what tools went in it. It had to have pliers. I wanted a knife to it. And you're looking at just clips that I've picked out over the whole session I did. So it put the knife up on top for some reason, which I didn't fully understand, but I just kept on saying, "Yes, yes, yes, just keep designing something, let's keep going." And so I wanted, T10s, T15s, I wanted Allen wrenches, I wanted a Phillips head and a flathead, and whenever it would come back, and it'd keep coming back and asking me for prompts, and I'll show you some of those later, but it didn't put the knife in the right spot, but it surprised me later. We're gonna get to that, and I I mean, this is baffling how good this is. No, you can't print this. This won't work in the real world, but I'm starting to see how we can really accelerate our designs. I'm still struggling with how to time the two together. It made these crazy little bits and it stuck them outside. It never got that back in on the end of the tips to, like, make it a useful multi-tool. It was adding features I never asked for. It asked was grips. It's made assumption about how big it is. You'll see later in the video. It's inch and a third wide, which is, kind of small. I mean, if you look at this one here, this one's like 2 inches at its widest. Of course, this one happens to be rather thin. But again and again and again, it was just surprising me this whole time. Um, Another thing that surprised me was that I could actually steer the conversation. So at one point I said, I want you to start coloring things different colors so I can understand what you're doing. Because normally when you design something from scratch, you experience the whole process. And what's hiding in here is that I didn't see all that. I gave it the high level, and you really have to babysit this thing. And one of the fun things, though, is a portion of the way through, it said, "Hey, do you want the 45 STL files so you can 3D print it or send it off to the machinist or something?" I said, "Yes." It literally just did that for me. So what's exciting for me is that was 45, like, just in a batch process. And I think that was one of the biggest finds of this whole thing is that you could save the hard, boring bits, and you can give those to Claude AI. And here is one of the parts that is most exciting to me is it put a thumb stud on the knife. So if you're unfamiliar with this, this is a thumb stud you can use to open up a knife quickly. It goes like this. I didn't ask for that feature, and it put it on there. And so maybe one of the quickest ways to understand this is I gave a crazy assignment to, say, like an intern that understands a whole bunch, but doesn't know what's in my brain. And what's exciting about that is our AI intern thought to add, without asking me, a feature that is common on many multi-tools. Now, again, back to me, I just kept on saying, yes, 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 keep going. But I hit my limits, right? And I think that this is really confusing, and I'm going to keep diving into it. Drop me a comment below if you have any questions on what you're worried about or other topics around this subject.